पीछे मत भागो, एक्सेलेंस के पीछे भागो. सक्सेस झक मार के तुम्हारे पीछे आएगी. I think it was a very appropriate way, very well put. And in a way, he has encouraged all of us to look beyond our textbook and classroom, and is a role can actually encourage innovation. The way they put it in that movie, it was beautifully shown. I urge all of you also to make economies of scale, high quality products, and job creation, creating an ecosystem which gives more and more people opportunity to earn a decent income as the focal point of all the good work that you are doing. As the famous and revered Tamil poet Thiruvalluvar had said, nothing is impossible for those who act after wise counsel and careful thought. I think if all of us follow his wise words, his wise saying advice, what Thiruvalluvar said so many years ago, I think the wise counsel of Professor Kamakoti, the wise counsel of your other faculty, the wise counsel of our leaders will help us make Seva and Samarpan Bhav our guiding philosophy, and all of us will collectively work to give back to our nation. Well, as they say, what we do today, how we live today, and today's work alone, deeds alone, are going to decide our tomorrow. And our future is in our own hand. I am confident each one of you will bring out a unique style to bring about change, to bring about a better future for India. I wish all of you pass in life, and even if you cup, rise and start again. As Michael Jordan had said, and I quote, I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game, trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Let's make IIT Madras a symbol of success and self-confidence, truly the sign of a flag bearer of Startup India. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was truly inspiring. Now we'll move on to the fireside chat. We have some questions for you. As we are all aware that there have been 42 unicorns in 2021 and 10 and still counting in 2022. You being the chairperson of the National Startup Advisory Council, what major changes that you have observed over the years, and how do you think these things are going to change in future?
Well, first of all, our startups are getting valued and prized for their innovation far better than ever before. Similarly, there's more money on the table, whether as seed capital or initial capital or different stages of fundraising that is required for startups. There are several possibilities. I'm told in many cases the startups do window shopping to see whose money they're going to take. They choose the bride, the swamvar happens with the startup choosing whose money is going to take. Now that was not something we saw a few years ago, where the startups was chasing capital. I'm told for good ideas, for scalable ideas, for database, technology based solutions, today finance or capital is not a constraint. Similarly, our quality of technology and innovation is now in many cases world class. We are second to none in the world. That itself is a big evolution from the past. So I do believe that our startups are making India proud. 90 unicorns by itself is reflective of the confidence with which our startups are growing. By and large, the startups have created a good name for themselves, a very high level of credibility. And I'm fairly confident that going forward, there'll be more and more changes. We are working in the advisory council also continuously with new ideas. And I would invite all of you also to share any new thoughts that you may have to help us in our work at the advisory council.
Indeed, sir. I'm sure we'll grow faster than ever. Around 45% of Indian startups are from tier 2 and tier 3 cities, and 623 districts have at least one recognized startup. So, you have been always vocal about rural economy and entrepreneurship in smaller cities. What do you envision about the same, and how much time do you think it will take the startup culture to imbibe in the smaller cities and the rural areas?
Well, you'll be amazed at some of the ideas coming from the smaller cities. And this is not for today. I can tell you it goes back 30 years also. I'm sure you've heard of Vedanta, for example, Anil Agarwal. You know, he came from a small place in Bihar. And look what Vedanta is today. So he was a startup 30 years ago. Similarly, Paytm, Mr. Ghosh, he comes from a small place in Odisha. I'm told Ritesh Agarwal of Oyo probably comes also from a very small town. So it's not as if this hasn't percolated to the tier 2, 3, 4 towns and cities. I think we have been deliberating on this in the advisory council also. We need to see more, we have to create a connect between the ideas in the smaller areas and investors to see that they get adequately funded at the right time. We'll also have to support them through better incubation centers in the smaller areas. So there are a lot of ideas on the table, but I won't be surprised if this cusp of entrepreneurs coming from the smaller areas will quickly expand in the coming days. I do appreciate that we have our own Silicon Valley in Bangalore, a lot of startups coming up in Delhi or Gurugram area, a lot of work happening in a few areas in the country, including Chennai. But I do hope and I'm strongly committed to supporting the startups in new and emerging smaller towns and cities.
Thank you, sir. We are being told that sir is a bit busy due to his hectic schedule. So I could talk with you like for the entire day about this, but due to time constraints, we'll have to wrap it up here. Thanks a lot, Honorable Minister, sir, for enlightening us today with your thoughtful insights. I'm sure that our audience have would have been thrilled to tune into this session and have learned a lot. Therefore, I would like to.
Thank you. Sorry,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Yeah. Therefore, I would also like to thank our audience for showing such delight in this session and participating actively.
Thank you, Soham. And actually, I enjoyed myself. I would have loved to to spend more time with you, but we are a very, very hectic schedule going on here. But I can assure you, I'll find some opportunity to be able to come and meet with all your students one of these days on another time. And I wish all of you well, but really, we are proud of the good work that you're doing. And I pray for the success of your E Summit. God bless all of you. Take care.
As the session draws to a close, we would like to thank our sponsors who have made eSummit 2022 possible. Our title sponsor, Westbridge Capital, powered by sponsored IITM Alumni Association batch of 1990. We would also like to extend our gratitude to Ministry of Information Technology and Digital India for being our enterprising sponsor, HSBC our platform sponsor, HSBC or platinum sponsor, ZL or gold sponsor. We would also like to show our appreciation towards GoToPitch for being our in association sponsor for Elevate, K Square Consulting for being our consulting sponsor. We are also very grateful and to our kind sponsors, Spreshworks, Amazon Web Services, Jupiter, Front Row, Empower, Future Station Advisors, Susspot, Stock Grow, The Red Box, Kevintus, The Kati Roll Shop, Naturals Round, Chroma, and The Boardroom. We thank them once again for enabling us to